Hello and welcome to Math 1316 Trigonometry. I'm Professor Algio. I'm going to go ahead and kind of introduce the course to you all so we can hit the ground running. So this is going to be a hybrid model, and so we are scheduled to meet on campus on Wednesdays from 11 to 12:20 in room 118. So the way this course is going to work, it's going to basically function as an online course, but you have the option to come in on Wednesdays to get tutoring, or if you need a full lesson, that would be fine too. So I plan on showing up and doing whatever you all need me to do. This is a fairly small class, so you should get any help that you need, okay? So don't be afraid, come on in and I'll be more than happy to work with you and give you the help that you need. So, aside from Wednesday from 11 to 12:20, I will have office hours on Mondays from 11 to 1 and from Wednesdays from 1 to 2. And you can also, request a WebEx and I can meet you on WebEx, or what's probably most popular is that students will email me their questions and I send them a video back, kind of going through whatever concept they're looking at. And so I'd be more than happy to do that for you. And I will show you in a minute the best way to contact me. So here are the major objectives of the course. I'm not going to read through them all, but you can look through them. If you have questions, feel free to contact me. Here are the materials that we're going to need. So the textbook is actually optional because we're going to use My Math Lab, which has a digital copy of the textbook. So if you want to just get the My Math Lab, you're going to be fine with that. And when you do sign up for My Math Lab, you're going to have two options. There's one that's about around $70 and it's good for one semester. And then there's one that's about $105, and that one would be good for multiple semesters, but it's only good for this course. So the idea is if this isn't ideal, but if you had to repeat the course, you wouldn't have to pay for access a second time. If you're pretty confident you're going to do well, then you should probably go with the cheaper option. As far as a calculator goes, you need a scientific is fine. A graphing calculator is a little bit more user friendly, and that's what I use in most of the videos. I'm using a graphing calculator. I also have a link here that you can go to, and oops, well, I clicked on the link. There we are. This link here will allow you to download the calculator for 90 days, a free 90-day trial down here, so you can check it out, the TI-84 Plus. Um, but you don't have to get anything that fancy. Okay, let's go ahead and look at how you're going to be graded. So homework will be 15%. Now your homework will be done through My Math Lab, and here is my course ID code. I have instructions on how to register for My Math Lab in D2L, and we can look at that in a moment. Then 10% will go towards quizzes. Now quizzes will be done on D2L. So you're going to have two different platforms, okay? They're both pretty user friendly. You shouldn't have too many issues. So the quizzes in D2L are mostly multiple choice. They're Honestly, they're kind of there to kind of keep you engaged, so you're logging in on a daily basis and working on your assignments, okay? So that's kind of, the quizzes should be fairly simple. You have, I think, 10 attempts. So if you're not happy with your score, you can retake it up to 10 times before the due date, okay? So, and then I will drop your two lowest quiz grades, okay? All right. Regular exams, that will be 55% of your grade. Now, because of COVID and everything, we are going to go ahead and take the um, exams in My Math Lab. You'll have an hour and 20 minutes to complete each exam. You are permitted to use your notes. I encourage you to use your notes, but refrain from using any other resources. Okay, if anyone is caught cheating, You'll automatically receive a 0 on the assignment and you will be dropped or possibly given an F in the course. Okay? So make sure you're doing your own work. And so I will go through all these platforms in this video. The homework and the exam are both my math lab, and the quizzes will be done in D2L. Final exam, we have a final exam at the end that's 20%. By the way, just quick note, since the exams are open notes, I will not be dropping your lowest score. Typically I do, but since they are open notes, I think that's quite an advantage. So I won't be dropping any lowest test scores. Here is the breakdown for grades in the course. Okay, A, B, C, D, F. You really need to make a C or better. A D typically does not transfer. Most universities do not accept Ds. Some do, but most don't. So you might want to check into that for whatever university you plan on attending once you're done at Lone Star. Here are some important dates. So the way the exams will work, they'll be posted in my math lab, and you'll have between, on the first one, you'll have between February 5th and February 10th to take the exam at midnight. Okay, that's the cutoff. So, you know, I don't wait till the last minute because things happen. Okay, so you don't, ideally, please do not wait till the 10th. Okay, so you can kind of see the breakdown of all the exams over the semester right here. And then your final exam, you'll have between May 10th and May 13th to take that. Now, reasons you could be dropped is if you miss two or more exams, because once you miss two, mathematically, it's almost impossible to pass the course. Absences, well, that I'm not really going to enforce that this semester because of COVID. I understand some people may be reluctant to come on campus. And so I understand that. I know you've registered for a hybrid, but you know, your feelings could change over the semester. Um, and then the other thing is my math lab, you need to have full access within the first 2 weeks of the course because you'll get two behind and then I don't want to deal with trying to catch up after that point. So you have 2 weeks to make sure you get the full access to my math lab. Now with my math lab, you can get a free 2 week trial whenever you do register, and I'll talk a little bit about that when we look at those instructions for signing up. Okay, some of the stuff you can obviously read on your own, so I'm going to skip through some of it. Here we go. Course withdrawal, the last date of withdrawal would be April 9th. If you are thinking about withdrawing, I do advise you contact me first. Just make sure, you know, sometimes students will do poorly on one exam and automatically drop when really they're doing okay. So if you're unsure, if you're thinking about dropping, I really prefer you contact me first just to make sure we know where you are in the course, okay? All right, here, this is a link for uh, basically every Lone Star College syllabus has these policies, so we just created a link for you to access those. The one I'll highlight is the ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act. If you have any accommodations, just please make sure you get those emailed to me so that I can abide by those. Here is a link to resources for the math department. And this link right here at the very bottom, I'm going to go ahead and go to it. Um, this is our tutoring page right here. And so the schedule is coming soon right here. Schedule is coming soon. We do have virtual tutoring. There will be in-person tutoring on campus also. It is limited, but there'll be more information posted on this page soon. But there is virtual tutoring basically 7 days a week from like 8 a.m. to I think 10 p.m. might be the latest. Okay, so we have tutoring pretty much all day, every day available. Okay. All right, let me go back to the syllabus. The very last page is just the protocol for COVID-19. So if you come on campus, this just kind of tells you the protocol for what's expected of you. Okay. And I will just tell you, I'm very careful about the whole thing. And we found out that there has been no cases of COVID-19 that have been transmitted while on campus. Okay, we have had students and teachers that have had the virus, but we have not had any spread on campus. Okay, so nobody's come to campus and caught the virus, and that's because we've been very strict with our policies. Okay, so just make sure you're aware of what's expected of you if you come on campus. Okay, so this syllabus can be accessed on D2L, and that's where I'm going to take you next. So here's D2L. I don't know why, but you won't be able to access this until January 18th at 11 p.m., Monday night at 11 p.m. I don't know why they do this every semester, but so when you log in, you won't see this until Monday night. So I'm going to go ahead and click in here, and let's go to content right here. Content. And I'm going to go to handouts first. Handouts is where you can find my syllabus right here. Okay. Then the next link is going to be on how to register for my math lab. And then the other links are just some helpful charts that you'll need for throughout the semester. So let's look at the handout real quick. So this handout right here gives you a link to go to my math lab. And then it gives you my course ID right here. That's my course ID that you're going to register for. Now, when you set up your account, you're going to have to give an email address. Use whatever email you check most often. So if you check your school one often, great. If not, then use a different account that you check often, because I will contact students through my math lab. I'll send out general announcements through my math lab. So I want to make sure you get any of those if, class were to be canceled or something like that. Also, that's the way that we can communicate back and forth. If you have a question, you can easily contact me through my math lab, and we can have a discussion through there. And I will show you how to do that in a moment. Now, once you sign up and you get to your payment page, it's going to ask you for a credit card, PayPal, or if you have a access code you purchased from the bookstore. And so you can, if you do not have the funds, this first couple weeks, you can get temporary access. They make it kind of hard to see when you're looking at your payment options. It will be at the bottom of the page, and there'll be a little link that says 14-day free trial. So if you need to use the free trial to get started, go ahead and do that. Once it runs out, you'll have to make payment before you can access the account again. Now, you won't lose any of your work that you had completed, so you don't have to worry about that. You don't start over or anything like that. If you have questions about my math lab, let me know. I will walk you through the website in a moment. All right, I'm going to go back to content. And then here's our units broken down. Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, Unit 4. And then our last week of the semester, there are a couple assignments after Unit 4. And then we have our final exam in week 17. So I'll go through one unit just so you can kind of see how it breaks down. So here's Unit 1. January 19th through the 24th. So that is Tuesday through Sunday, because Monday's a holiday. Okay. And so you have a quiz here that's due by January, I'm, I'm sorry, it's due by January 24th, right here, January 24th. Okay, so it's due by Sunday. It should be the first thing you do. Actually, it's not even about trigonometry. It's actually about the course and the syllabus. A little quiz about the syllabus and kind of what's expected and all that. Then here, there's section notes and there's outline notes for the videos, okay? Those notes are actually, sometimes they're the same, sometimes they're different. This course was designed by multiple instructors, and what we kind of did was just throw a bunch of resources in here for you all, okay? So we have some after class notes, we have the outline notes for the video link that's right here, and that's true for most of the lessons. You'll have some notes, you'll have some outline notes for the video that go along with the video, okay? um, I always get good feedback from students. They always feel that it does the job for them. Okay, and don't but if you feel like you need further explanation, don't hesitate to email me or definitely come on Wednesday and we can work on that. Okay, so that's our first week right there. That looks like a lot, and it kind of is a lot, but it's four sections, and it's the very first chapter is very basic. It should be a review of it's not even trigonometry, it's really geometry. It's a review of some geometry concepts that you need. Okay, then here's week 2, January 25th through the 31st. Okay, once again, same thing. There's some notes, there's some quizzes. Just look for those due dates. Make sure you don't miss out on those, because remember, you got 10 opportunities on the quizzes, so you should make 100 on every single one. Like I said, they're kind of there to keep you engaged, to make sure you're logging in often and all that kind of stuff. So there's our week 2. Then here's week 3, and then the exam will be open during the middle of that week. It will open February 5th, and it will be available all the way till February 10th. On February 10th, we'll already be into our next unit, but I just want to make sure I give you plenty of time to take that exam. Try not to wait till the last day, because, things happen. You know, emergencies, technology issues, all those kind of things. You don't want to run into those issues. And you can see that this third week is a little bit lighter. We've got 2 sections to cover, and then I have a review here, and I have the solutions to the review here. Okay, so you can check that out to prepare for the exam. Now, the exam will be on my math lab, and so that's what we'll go ahead and take a look at next. So I showed you our first unit. The other units look pretty identical to how this is set up. Okay, so let me see. Let's go to so here's my math lab. So you will be registering for this 1316 trig online shell. I'm going to go ahead and click on, oops. Yeah, click on it. There we go. And let's go to assignments. Oops, assignments. And you can see I've got some assignments in here. Okay, these are all the assignments for the first unit, and the due date on that is February 7th for all of them. Okay, so you have plenty of time to do this. Don't wait just because the due date's February 7th. There's no way you can complete all this in a day or two. Okay, so pace yourself with what's on D2L for each week. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to click on this assignment to kind of show you around a little bit. So it says select the correct choice that completes the sentence below. So this one's kind of a multiple choice one. Let's see. Let's find a different one. Let's see. All right. So right here, it wants us to convert from angle decimal degree notation. So we want to convert it to decimal from degrees. Right now it's in degree format. Um, and so there's plenty of videos that cover this on D2L, but if you're not sure, you can go up here and say, okay, view an example or help me solve this. If you do help me solve it, it actually will solve the problem and you won't receive credit. That's fine. It's pretty helpful to use that. Or you can click view an example. A lot of students like view an example. And because what you can do is you can work it out simultaneously as you're looking at the example. So continue, and they're showing you the process. Just make sure you're actually kind of absorbing this, and because sometimes students will just mimic what they see and then they're not actually learning the process. So make sure as you're doing this, if you're going to do view an example, that you're actually putting some thought into it. Okay, close that. There are also not all the questions, but a lot of them have videos. Sometimes the videos will be great, they'll be perfect, they'll be exactly what you need, and then other times they kind of seem to be a little bit more broad, to where they're not really covering the concept in depth. So that you can check it out, but sometimes the videos are hit and miss. Then this is how you can contact me, and this is how a lot of students like to do this. If you go to Ask My Instructor, so you look at view an example, that didn't help. Go to Ask My Instructor, and it will generate an email and it will send me the question. Okay, this is the easiest and best way for us to correspond back and forth. It'll send me the email. I can look at the question, I'll make you a video, and I'll send you back a link of myself going over the question, okay? So feel free to send me as many as you want, okay? All right. Exams will be done in here also. It'll be under, let's see, where are we at? Assignments. Let's see. I guess it says all assignments. So the tests aren't, okay. These are practice tests. These do not count. If you want to do them, you can, but they do not count. Your exam will show up. Let me pause this. I'm going to go ahead and pull one up. Okay, what I did was I posted the first exam was available. When you log in, I'm going to go ahead and change that so it won't appear until February 5th. That's when it's first going to be available, and then it will be due by the 10th. Okay, when you take it, you'll have 80 minutes. You only have one attempt. Okay, so you can't log in, work on it, come back later, work on it. So you have to do it all in one session. Okay, so that's where the exam will be located. It looks exactly like the homework assignments. That's actually where all the questions come from. All the questions will come from your homework assignments. The only difference is you won't have the help tool. You won't have that help tool to help you out. Now, you can use your notes, but let's not use any other resources, okay? You're just going to hurt yourself. This pandemic will end, and you will be taking pre-cal and calculus at some point, and we need to make sure we have this strong foundation. So let's take advantage of this opportunity that it's open notes, but let's not go beyond that, okay? All right, if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to me, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all on Wednesday.